Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin. Welcome to my secondary YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. You know, I greet everybody on a Sunday evening. For sure, I'm pretty sure everybody had a wonderful day at service. And even if you went physically or you watched it online, you know, pretty sure everybody had, a good time with the Word of God and whatnot, for sure, So we're here to talk about child discipline. I see a lot of stuff online, sometimes you go into the supermarket and whatnot, and you see some children acting crazy in front of their parents. And, you can see some kids disrespecting their parents, yelling at them, hitting them, and whatnot, cursing at them and things of that nature. The times is very different how, when I grew up back in the day. You understand that? When we grew up back in the day, those who are in their 30s, their 40s and whatnot, they knew Nana and Papa and Mama wasn't going to have that at all. You know what I mean? We have to call it petty, So things like that, me personally, I didn't grow up without a father too much, So it wasn't that father figure more so in my life. I'm just gonna keep it real. It was just a natural thing for me, to really learn the ropes about, how to be a man and stuff like that, and conduct myself, as a young man in general. So I thank God for that part right there, even without having a father. I think all children, should have their mother and their father in place. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if the mother and father don't get along. We living in a time where, there's a lot of baby mothers, there's a lot of baby fathers that don't get along, And I had my fair share back in the day. I had my fair share, you didn't get along. Well, I didn't get along with, the baby mother and whatnot and stuff like that. So I've been through that before. I know how it is, but you got to get past that pride and whatnot, you know what I mean, to take care of them kids. What's up to Sister Davis? Kalani, you says disrespect wasn't tolerated. You'll be you'll be feeling a backhand. Yeah, man. Like in these days, even with the laws out here, a lot of states don't allow you to chastise your kid. They don't want you to beat your kid and whatnot. Otherwise that parent or parents would be going to jail or prison just for chastising their kids and whatnot. And me personally, that's what I think a lot of these kids are missing. That discipline, that beating, go outside and get a switch and whatnot. And I remember I was watching the Jackson 5 the other day, with Joe Jackson, and he was real strict. A lot of the fathers back then, they were strict. They was real strict with beating their kids when they get out of line and whatnot. But in these days, it's very different, and it's crazy. Silky Smooth says my parents changed from excellent to what the I love them. That's what's up. You says now these days the parents are scared of their own kids. That's a good point right there. That is a good point right there. You're right. A lot of these parents out here, they're scared of their own kids. Why? These kids get some type of, pride of sense because they're bigger. They start lifting weights and whatnot and things like that. Listen, ain't happening here. Listen, it ain't happening over here. No way. You know what I mean? No way. No way should a parent be scared of their own child. Let me hit you with this one. A lot of parents out here, they try to be friends with their children instead of being a parent. They want to go to the clubs and hang out. They want to go to the bars. They want to drink with them. They want to smoke with them and do all these type of nonsense foolishness and whatnot so they could be cool with them instead of being a real parent, So if they see their kids smoking weed, the parent like the weed, Listen, the parent ain't going to say nothing. Or if the parent is cool with the kid on a friendship level and they doing something and the child doing something that they got no business doing, that parent ain't going to say nothing, man. That parent ain't going to say nothing. What up, Cali boy? Sis Davis says that's the problem. Not enough discipline and too much interference from the government. Good point right there. Good point. He says we try to whip them with love so the police won't kill them with hate. I agree. I definitely agree with that. A child, children in general, they need more discipline. That's why you see a lot of these kids. They die young. They go into prison young. They getting life terms at the age of 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. Every week, every day. Let me give you an example. The city of Chicago, the urban areas, is terrible over there. It's like a death and a half a day due to murder, due to crimes and whatnot over there. They lacking so much discipline in areas like that. You know. What up, Fitzgerald? He says, I really enjoy these lives. I'm young, but I feel like I always take away some good advice from either you or the chat. Thank you for sure. No problem. Thank you for tuning in to this live for sure. When I make these lives, a lot of times it's based upon like experience or stories I see on the news and things like that. Or if I'm at a Walmart or a Target and stuff like that, and I see a child getting out of line with his or her parent, I think I seen this not too long ago. The child was just acting so irate, and it was at Walmart, crying, scraggling all over the place. And here it is. I take my kids to Walmart. Listen, they they disciplined. They know better. You understand that? I mean, a child was just blatantly disrespecting their parent right there. Just acting irate and crazy. Listen, I started to give that child a spanking. You understand that? I started to whip that child. But it's like, hey, some parents are like that, man. They don't know how to, discipline their child, or they too scared, or whatever the case may be. Or they feel if they discipline a child, they're gonna feel bad at the end. I don't feel bad when I spank my child, or when I give them a pluck or a pow. I don't care. You understand? If you do something out of line, you're gonna get the business. Simple as that. All right. Kalani says the mama at work all the time, trying to take care of everything. They put too much trust in their children and family members. He says my parents, beg your pardon. He says my parents, who is that? No disrespect, Granny, was my mama and daddy. Understandable. Listen, when kids go to Nana house back in the day, man, they sat still. Listen, going to Nana house and going to Papa house, it was something different. It was like going to boot camp and stuff like that. Listen, you couldn't act crazy when you go over there. No way. You was getting the business right away the moment you even breathe wrong. You understand? All right. He says, growing up, my teachers were allowed to hit, spank us. No one called the police either. I heard about that. Back in the day, whereas though the coaches, the teachers, and whoever had the authority, the parents gave them permission to hit them if they get out of line. You know what I mean? And a lot of that stuff is not going on in these days. Now you go on worldstar.com, hip hop, you go on Live Link, you see the students beating up on the teachers and whatnot, just beating them up, taking over the classroom, and the teachers ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? It's crazy. The teachers, some of the teachers, some of the parents, they are fearful of these kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Why? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All right. He says fathers not helping out the mama, leaving the child in messed up situations by Kalani. What up, DeMarcus? Fitzgerald, you says, do you think it's because parents these days rely on taking away privileges or grounding their children? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I never was grounded. I never was put on punishment ever, in my life, you know. But if a child get out of line, listen, they're getting a whooping and they're getting things taken away from them. Take away their tablet, take away their laptop, take away their cell phone, their TV. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you may take away their bed, sleep on the floor, you know. Let them realize and appreciate what you got here. So if you get out of line, if you become disrespectful and whatnot, I'm taking this away. I might even take your sneakers away from you. I might even put a silly haircut on your head and stuff like that. That's what you see on WallStar. You know what I'm saying? And other websites, where as though you got these parents really well, some, not all. Some make an example to social media. Listen, my kid got out of line. listen, look what I did. So he or she won't get out of line again. That's the type of discipline a lot of these kids need. Once you get that discipline, listen, I'm doing both. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna ground you, but I'm not gonna beat you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, oh, if I beat you, I'm not gonna ground you, or vice versa. I'm giving you both. All right. What up, Jose? What up? What up? What up? Sister David says, Tony, my pet peeves are people who don't discipline their children at home. Then in public, they want to beat the child and curse them out, cause they're ashamed. True, true. Kalani says a lot of it comes from TV and music and no good parents. I agree. I agree. TV definitely has a major influence on what's going on in these days, in the music also. Certain lyrics and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Now you see the mother twerking to a Cardi B song, and on the right hand side is her daughter. They having a twerk contest. You know what I'm saying? You think back in the day that a mother and daughter would be twerking to a song? You understand that? That's a crazy situation right there. All right. Kalani says I'm taking TV off the wall, cell phone, toys, all that. Absolutely. You know what I mean? When I got stuff taken away, I think at the age of maybe 16 or something like that. I got some music equipment taken away. I did something. I did something, and I got things taken away from me. And I listen. I bought my DJ equipment. I bought it. My mother didn't buy it, but yet she still took it away from me. Which was a crazy situation. She took all my equipment away from me that I worked hard for. So I couldn't get mad at that because I did something wrong. You know what I mean? So after a while, I paid my dues, and I did the crime, and I had to do the time in the house. So I really appreciate that for sure. What up, Linda Walton? What up? What up? We just here talking about children who disrespect their parents, whether verbally and physically. You got a lot of kids out here who have killed their parents. Not too long ago, wasn't there like a little boy who killed his mother or something like that? You know what I mean? Maybe over like a gaming system or what? It was something like that. I really can't remember the story too much, but I know it was very recent, and I believe it was this year that the child shot his mother. You know what I mean? And there's been a lot of situations like that, whereas though you have the child who gets irate because the mother or the mother or the father disciplined them or took something away from them, and now they want to physically attack the parent and or shoot them to kill them. You know, you said this world is so mixed up. Police want to throw you in jail for spanking your child, but when the child hits on grown-ups, the police has nothing to say. You said we need more values and respect in the home. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I don't care if I'm gonna get put in jail or whatever. Listen, I come back out of jail and discipline my child even more. They're gonna learn. They definitely are gonna learn for sure. Because no police officer, no judge, or whatever the case may be, is going to stop a good parent from disciplining their child. You understand that? You says, yeah, I saw that. I think it was a video game. Yeah, yeah. The little kid. You know what I mean? I guess the mother took it away from him or something. And I don't know how he got access to a gun, a loaded gun at that. And he killed his parent. You know, you says, yeah, got to talk about bad if you do nasty stuff. Back in the day, what happened? And you see these little young kids, no, these young girls on Instagram. They twerking and all this other stuff. You see these young boys holding up guns, holding up gang signs and all this other stuff. They got their pants hanging down. Listen, on the block, 13, 14 years old, on the block, on the corners all day, talking gang talk and all that other stuff. Listen, I wish, don't let me see. I got two sons. I better not see no YouTube video, no World Star video, or no rap video with them in it. You understand that? Oh, they're gonna get the business. You know, they're gonna get the business for sure. You know, all right. You says I think it's because parents would rather want to be best friends with their kids rather than actually putting their child in line for the greater good. I agree. I agree with that, and because I see a lot of parents and kids, they buddy and whatnot. Me, I'm not. Listen, I'm strict, like a drill sergeant. It's a time to play. It's a time to have family time and stuff like that. Cool, you know. But all that buddy friendship stuff, that ain't happening over here. Oh no, no way. You understand that? All right. Kalani says you got straight talk about bad for that. At the end of the day, parents are supposed to help raise their children, not become best friends with their own children. You're right. You're right. Is daddy's son or daddy daughter, mother son? You know what I mean? Or mother daughter. Not this is my best. I've heard parents says or children say this is my best friend. You know what I mean? You can have some qualities. You know what I mean? But guess what? It's still got to be a level of respect. Like, okay, this is my mother, this is my father, and that's the relationship right there. We ain't going to Sue's rendezvous, hanging out, having a drink. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going out to the ATL to a strip club, hanging out. You understand that? No way. Being friends and whatnot. That ain't happening. All right. He says, yes, Sister Davis, Granny didn't play that. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I remember going to my grandma's house. I think I'd say I probably was about 8 years of age. You know, I stole $5. I think it was $5, maybe. I put it in my sock. I thought I was gonna get away with it. I thought I had it. 8 years old. I thought I had this $5. I was gonna go to the store, get me some 1 cent, them penny candies and stuff like that. I was gonna play me some video games, Street Fighter, whatever it was. I was ready to go. But guess what? Nana ain't stupid. Check my pockets, check everything on me, my sock, found the $5. And guess what happened to me? I got towed up. I got towed up. You understand that? I got towed up for sure for that $5. All right. You says, I know that's right. God is calling you to be a parent first. Absolutely. But the last beating I got was like age 10 probably for using profanity, but that was the last time I got a beating and whatnot. I didn't really get too much beatings because I was always like athletic kid, playing basketball outside, football, never really got into too much trouble. But when that stuff happened, I did get disciplined for bad things that I have done or said, in general for sure. All right. Let me see. Cali Boy says, I think a lot of parents are simply raising their children out of guilt. That's a good one. That's a good one. Elaborate a little bit more on that, Cali Boy. Elaborate a little bit more. Sister Davis says, I miss that good old penny candy. Absolutely. I used to love them little penny candies. I think it was called like Fruities or something like that. They was like the size of a Tootsie Roll. And a $1, one whole dollar can get you 100 pieces of candy. One whole dollar. You know what I mean? Listen, those were the days. But right now, them little candies is probably like 25 cents right now. Them little candies. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. All right. Let me see if I miss any comments. All right. Fitzgerald A says, wow. Yep. Got that right. Wow. So as we see, there's a lot of stories on the internet, on social media, where as though kids are attacking their parents physically, and verbally. They're attacking the teachers and whatnot. They're attacking police officers. They're attacking the principal. Some are killing teachers. Some are killing their own parents and whatnot. They're just irate out of hand and what have you. All right. He says a quarter will take you far back then. He said quarter bomb pops. He said bring it back. Fitzgerald says, plus when you think about it, if you become best friends with the child, That's how the child can start figuring out ways to take advantage of you by pushing the limits in certain situations too. You're right about that. You're right. You know, child come in any time of the night they want and stuff like that. With a lot of parents who they become buddy with, you know, listen, as long as you under my roof, if you got a job and you get up at a certain time late night, okay, that's listen, that's justifiable, that's understandable. I need to see some document too. I need to speak to your supervisor. You know, I don't care how old are you. If you live under my roof, you can't come in the house at a certain time. I'm sorry. You know, if it ain't for work, school, and stuff like that, something important, no, you can't come in. You can't come in straggling around my house and stuff like that and going through my refrigerator and whatnot and eating up all my food and cooking on my stove. You know, if the child is in somebody's house, you know, and things like that, they got to follow those rules. You got to follow those rules. I don't care if you're 30 years of age and you still living with your parents or your parent. You got to follow their rules. Unless you're a good leader, unless you're a good leader and you know how to tame a house and stuff like that, cool. But if you're irate, if you're out there smoking weed, out there on the corners and whatnot, and you 30 years of age, for even if you're 40 or 50, there's some 50-year-olds that still living with their parents. They've been living with their parents since they was young. You know, you still got to respect your parents' house unless you're like the true breadwinner and the leader of that house and you keeping things intact and in order. You know, all right. Let me see. He says, a mother have no choice but to raise them happy or sad. That's why it's important to have God and a good church with no lies in it. He says, yep, kid lie, they will take advantage of. What up, MHW? Says, my kids, I can attest, at some time have been very disrespectful, but I give them the business, as you say, but later on they come back to apologize. I ultimate what them to learn something from it. Okay, cool. Cali Boy says, for instance, there are a lot of single parents. When it's adult playtime, is the coast clear? You funny, man. You funny as ever. He said adult playtime. Adult playtime. Wow. That's crazy. You know? That's funny though, man. That's real funny. For sure. He says questions them and set rules. Linda says, and what people think you wrong when you put them out. Listen, that's true. Listen, if a child is 18 years of age and older, you know what I mean, legal and whatnot, if they can't follow the rules in my house and being disrespectful, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. You know, I don't care about that, you know, sentimental, how the mother's feeling. When we keep them here, whatever, or grandma, yeah, keep them here. No. Listen, grandpa, papa, they put you out. You understand that? Until you're gonna learn your lesson. Reality is hard, man. Real life is hard. You know, when we was kids, we ain't had to pay no bills. We didn't really have no responsibilities and stuff like that. But once they get a whiff of what the real world is like, as far as like bills, you know what I'm saying? Getting a job, taxes, you know what I mean? And a lot of responsibilities as in adulting, you know, when you start to know how to adult, or when you were adulting out there, it's a lot of responsibilities when you're adulting, for sure. There's a whole lot, especially when you have kids. You know what I'm saying? Now you really got to adult. Now you really got to start adulting out there for sure. You know what I mean? What up, Ernest Beard? What up, Jackie McCall? What up? What up? He says, I could never dream of talking to my parents in a disrespectful way when I was coming up. We know that time has changed in all things, are foretold in the scriptures. Absolutely. What up, Jackie McCall? Sister David says, there is a difference between having a good relationship with your child that can come to you and discuss anything as opposed to a friend relationship with the child when you're on their level without respect. Lonnie says it gets on the kid's nerve when you ask questions. When you ask them questions, they get caught in the lie. It works. Yeah, understandable. The questions that parents may ask, a kid can be irritated or annoyed and whatnot. But guess what? As long as you under this roof, you got to listen. You got to follow the orders in here. You got to follow the rules. You can't come in past 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. My kitchen is shut down at a certain time. If you don't eat dinner when we eat dinner, you understand that? Do not go into my kitchen because I will treat you like a robber. You will get taken down like a robber. Simple as that. You know what I mean? I don't care if you my son, daughter, and whatnot. If you don't follow the rules, oh, you will get the business. You know what I mean? Because at a certain time, you just want peace. You want quiet. People got to get up in the morning for work, 3 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning. Well, I don't want to hear no video games, no loud video games, no music, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And keep your door open. You know what I mean? And I don't want to hear no tipping around and stuff like that. And there's cameras around the house. Just in case you decide, and there's alarms on the windows. Just in case you decide to try to let somebody in. You know what I mean? That's what that's for sure. That's one of the reasons why cameras and window alarms are set in place. You know what I mean? Definitely got to be real strict upon these kids because they're trying to find ways to try to get around certain things. You know what I mean? Always got to be a step ahead of them. Because we was kids once, for sure. All right. Jackie McCall says you don't have to teach your children how to tell a lie, but you do have to teach them to tell the truth. That's a good one. That's a good one right there, man. For sure. I definitely agree with that one. For sure, Jackie McCall. Job Corps program 16 to 24. They have program for them young adults. Sometimes you have to send your kids away to save their soul. Listen, I haven't heard of Job Corps in a long time. Wow. You said Job Corps. I mean, I remember seeing them commercials. I haven't heard Job Corps in years. Probably like 20 years. They still got Job Corps out there? Wow. Wow, that's crazy. He says, I refuse to provide a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in your belly, and allow you to disrespect and defy me. Not mine, not here, not when I pay bills. You don't like it, you can go. Absolutely. Because a lot of kids, they don't realize, how hard parents work. They don't realize, what I mean, a light bill. You know what I'm saying? Leaving the light on. Listen, I always say, listen, once you finish with that bathroom light, turn it off. You understand? You understand that? Turn that light off. The longer you keep that on, the higher my bill go up. You understand that? Same with water. You know what I mean? Listen, you gonna run that water a little bit, and that's it. Brush your teeth to the minimum amount of water you need. You understand that? They don't realize that these bills go up. You got water bills, you got electric bills, you got the rent, you got food. Food is getting more expensive in these days. I went the food line or something like that the other day, just for a couple of things. A couple of things, spent about $120 just for a couple of things. A couple. You know what I mean? So imagine the whole month of food costs. And these kids are greedy. These kids I got 5 kids now. You know what I'm saying? So these kids are real greedy. 5. You understand that? Plus myself. You know what I mean? Eating and whatnot. So it's real crazy. They don't realize that this stuff is expensive, and other accessories for the house, washing the clothes, washing the towels, washing the rags, cleaning supplies for the house, and things of that nature. Toiletries, you need more toothpaste, you need more soap, more toothbrushes, and whatnot, and things of that nature. It's a crazy situation. All right. Let me see. Fitzgerald says, what do you think has caused standards to change in regards to disciplining children, comparing these days to old times. He says, I didn't grow up in those old times, but I'm just curious to hear your ideas. Well, somebody said it earlier, music, TV, the influence. Kids having kids. That's another key factor why things have changed. The morals and values and stuff like that. More kids was having kids. You know what I'm saying? When I was in 8th grade, there was a 12-year-old girl pregnant. There was another one, freshman in high school, pregnant. I mean, they were spreading like a wildfire. We understand that kids was having kids back in the day, but it wasn't that many. But it started to grow after a while. Kids having kids. And these kids are babies. So how can they help their kids in reference to being a parent to them? You had grandma, you had grandpa who had to assist in that, or other family members who had to assist in that. But grandma, grandpa, they old, their health is deteriorating and stuff like that, and things like that. You know what I mean? So plus the music and the TV shows out here. I mean, it's terrible. You understand that? There's no good influence in a lot of these TV shows. Power, Ghost. What influence is Cardi B? What influence is Megan Thee Stallion? You understand that? What influence is rappers? Fabio Foreign. What influences these people? Let me know. You understand that? There's no more people. There's no more people like Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Who took a firm stance, who used his platform, you know what I'm saying, to stand up for something. At least he stood up for something. He was Muslim and stuff like that, but he stood up for something. You know what I mean? You don't have people like that in these days more so. You know what I mean? All right. What up, S. Elliott? What up? What up? What up? What up, Tip Time family? Fitzgerald says a couple of things for $100. Yeah, absolutely. You get a good set of chicken wings. That's $16 plus tax. I think my bill was like $123, but I get like a discount because I go to Food Line a lot. You know what I'm saying? On certain things. So you got to understand the chicken, a whole box of chicken. And this is for one day. You know what I'm saying? $15. Then you got to get your rice. That's like $5. That's $20 right there. Then you got to get boxes of juice. You understand that? That's another $6. You understand that? So that's $26. Then I got to get my Gatorades. You know what I mean? I got to get 2 of these. That's why a pack of 8 or something. Pack of 8s. That's like $8 each. You understand that? Then I got to get my waters. Then I got to get my cleaning supplies. I just went for a little bit of things. So a lot of things are expensive in these days, and these kids don't realize that the parents have to work. Some parents got 2 jobs. Some parents got 3 jobs, that they're really trying to keep their house in order and whatnot to really provide for their kids and what have you. And it's sad to say that, it's just the mother. You know what I mean? It's just the mother. There's a lot of fathers out there that's so-called deadbeat fathers, so-called fathers, but deadbeat, that don't want to handle their responsibilities as a father. Listen, you lay it down with the woman, take care of your responsibilities. You know what I mean? Take care of your responsibilities. All right. Sister Davis, Tip Time family said, I just learned you have 5 children. Oh yeah, I speak about it often. I speak about my kids often, whether on Facebook, whether on here, on the secondary YouTube channel, on my primary YouTube channel. You know what I mean? 5 kids, 5. I had my first child at the age of, help me out here, I think I was 23 years of age. I'm 38 now. You know what I'm saying? So I had my first child at the age of 23. He's going to be 16 in May and whatnot. He's in a medical school. He's in a medical high school. You understand that? So that's a good thing, So, if this guy get accepted into a medical school, how much that tuition is going to be, right? You know what I mean? That's just another dip in my pocket. You understand? And his mother, right? Sister Davis says, bro, Tony, what do you think about parents that say that you have to give your children privacy. What? He says, yeah, on a computer building bombs. Um, he says going to school doing a terroristic attack all because of privacy. Hmm. Let me reread that. You says, what do you think about parents that say you have to give your children privacy? You mean privacy in the house? That's what you're saying, at Sister Davis? Cali Boy says, on the other hand, kids are up to the time, and most parents aren't. Newborn babies are on the internet within months of being in the world. The parents are the ones who put the phone in the hand. Understandable. I went to school with several of girls who was pregnant at 14 and 15. Wow. Jackie McCall says, when I lived at home and turned 18 and I felt like I could no longer abide by my mother's rules, it was time for me. He says it was time for me to give her keys to her house and get out. Listen, that's understandable, man. Once you turn 18, you're an adult, you know, hey, man, it's time to go for sure. You know what I mean? Right? Linda says negative influence. For sure. S. Elliott says, when my daughter get mad because she can't get her way, she will cut the water on and let it run, or she will turn the heat up too. She wants she wants it to cost she wants it to cost me, but it takes away from her. Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. Listen, if a child does that, let me find out if one of my kids doing that. Woo. Ooh, they want these new sneakers. You want this new game? You want this new shirt? You want this new whatever? No. No. You know what I'm saying? I doc pay. You know what I mean? Your birthday coming up and whatnot. No, you ain't getting that. No, not at all. You understand that? So one way or another, I'm gonna get my money back. You're gonna work for this. You're gonna scrub my car tires. You're gonna clean my car. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do something, or you're gonna get the business for sure. You know what I mean? I think it's something. I forgot what it is. Whereas though, you can control the heat with a remote or from your phone and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm more so trying to look into that too. You know what I mean? Controlling things of a house. You know what I'm saying, with a remote. Whereas though these kids will have a limited time, or be limited to what they can use the electricity. That's how cheap I am. You know what I'm saying? How they can use this for? You know, don't try to go sneak and turn the heat on, turn the AC on. Listen, if you're hot, put the window up. You know what I'm saying? If you're cold, get an extra blanket. You understand that? All right. We have 8 children and shop at Food Lion also. Yes, that will be high. Absolutely. Absolutely. Food Lion and Walmart is catching up to Food Lion. I thought Walmart had good prices and they did before, but now they're catching up to Food Lion. You know what I'm saying? The good thing about Food Lion is if you get like the discount card, you enter your phone number, you know what I mean? They can give you discounts on certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's the good thing. And Walmart, I don't really know too much about, the discounts and whatnot over there, but I do go there for sure. What up, Khadijah Reeves? Shout out to you and your YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Much respect on your YouTube channel. Keep doing your thing over there for sure. Sister David says people need to stop rewarding bad behavior. If your child making bad grades, having conduct issues at school or home, why are you trying to buy them the latest Jordans, fly gear, cell phones, and TV? Crazy. You know what? Because a lot of parents think that is going to work. They think materialistic things is going to work. You know what I'm saying? They try to replace the belt with the new Jordans. They try to replace a belt, you know what I'm saying, with the newest gear and whatnot, Nuh-uh. No way. You know what I'm saying? All right. Jackie McCall says, when we see 14, 15, 16-year-old girls having children, that is a horrible start to life. True. That's true. It's tight, but it's right. You're right about that for sure. Tip Time Family says, bringing up the children in the Lord is a great help, makes you feel good about discipline. Beat the child. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Tip Time Family, shout out to your YouTube channel at Tip Time Family. Go check it out. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. with Tip Time family. Shout out to you and yours for sure. Sister David says, yes, bro, Tony, you have to give privacy in the home. Can't check book bags or stay in locked rooms because they want privacy. They up to no good in the room or on the computer. Nah, mm-mm. I can't have that. Listen, you under my roof, and I think it was a law. When I lived in Maryland, I think they had that law. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though that privacy law over there with the kids. Listen, I don't care about no laws. If this child is under my roof and whatnot, you know what I mean? They got to abide by these laws in here. You know what I mean? Not by them government laws at all. You know what I mean? But you're right about that at Sister Davis, for sure. What up, finally aware of you? What up, Acts 238? What up? What up? Khadijah Reed says that MVP card. For sure. You says never heard of Food Lion. We have, what is that? Schnucks though. Never heard of Schnucks. Claudia says yeah, they be bad, but in good, but good in sports and other things. True, true, true. Appreciate that. All right. Finally aware of you says when my eldest was 18, she stepped up to me and found herself on the ground. She lived to see 23 and tried it again. Thanks to her friends, she got lifted and put on the ground. She still lives but learned. That's for sure. Listen, let any kid of mine try that, man. They definitely getting put down. For sure. I always tell them. I tell them all the time. They know better in general. And not because I'm a fighter or whatever the case may be. But, when you show your child a certain level of discipline, they know not to disrespect you at all. They know when you take them to the stores and whatnot, they're not going to act irate. They're not going to use profanity at you. They're not going to raise their hand at you and stuff like that because they know better in general. But in that type of situation, listen, I'm all for a parent. Listen, put that child down. You know what I'm saying? Lay the smack down on that child if they try to disrespect you. You understand that? I'm all for that. I don't care what the law says. The law, listen, the law is not in your house. The law is not there taking the disrespect. You know what I mean? The law wants you to, no, don't do that, Cindy. Sit down, go in the corner, take 5, go 10-minute break in the corner and stuff like, oh, no, that ain't happening here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely with you at finally aware of you. Take them down. Take them down. You know what I mean? Acts 2:38 says, we don't play that with our kids. We are taught in church that kids that are in school is their work for the Lord. By doing your best in school is their work for God. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kalani says, no, kids bet. He says, no, kids don't run up on mom or dad. You bet not. Bet not. Listen, I'm going to treat you like a robber. I'm going to treat you like a robber. You know what I'm saying? Then it says some of them wait until they get grown to do it. You said they wait till they get grown? Oh, man. Listen, the bigger the better for me. The bigger the better. You know what I'm saying? The heavier. I love that. You understand that? I love it. Sister David says, I'm with you, Tony. I feel I'm responsible for raising my child to be productive, respectful human being. You shame me, I'm going to embarrass you in front of your friends. Wonderful. That's wonderful for sure. All right. Listen, we're going to conclude this live. I thank everybody for coming on this live, coming to this YouTube channel, the secondary YouTube channel, and much respect to everybody out there. So if you got any closing comments that you want to lay on the chat room, feel free to drop it in the chat room. You know what I mean? My email is tonyharvin@yahoo.com for this YouTube channel. For my email for this YouTube channel is tonyharvin@yahoo.com. Be on the lookout for more videos, more videos coming to this channel. I know people is really gravitating to those comparing the teaching videos, man. More of those videos coming out for sure. More making the videos. I know a lot of people like those videos and whatnot, more lives. It's just more things in action coming soon to this YouTube channel for sure. So I hope everybody have a wonderful Sunday. I'm pretty sure you had a wonderful church service today, whether you watched it or whether you went there physically, for sure. Fitzgerald, no problem. You're welcome. Tip Time family, peace unto you too. Kalani, Sister Davis, MHW, Linda, Jackie McCall, Khadijah Reeves, Act 238. And if I forgot your name, forgive me. And Sister Davis says you got to start training and raising your child very young, not when they turn into teenagers. Then it will be hard to do. You're in for a war for sure. Linda said this was good. Absolutely. Appreciate y'all for coming to this YouTube channel. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. And check me out on my other YouTube channel, Tony Harvin. I'm out. Peace.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell.